Okay, I thought I'd do a quick run through of a high efficiency attack run. So at the moment at the airport ahead of me I have a bunch of targets, including 2 of the highest priority ones, which are SA-8s, which you can see down here. So I'm going to find something and just press mark, and you'll see that I will have a mark A appear. And I'm going to have a go at searching for other targets. So you can use the boat switch to see whichever one gives you the best contrast. So there's something there. So press TMS right mark, and the SA-8 is firing at me already.
Warning, autopilot.
So let's go ahead and go defensive. Chaff on the way down, keep following.
Pull up, pull up.
Defeated that one. I'm just going to continue to look for targets, and I happen to know that the other SA-8 is there. So target switch right short will make another mark point over there. So I have only 2 Mavericks on the aircraft at the moment, and I'm going to use them for the 2 highest priority targets. So I'm going to switch my CDU to mark mode, and then I've got the A mark in the HUD, so make the HUD sensor of interest. Use data switch up and down to make the mark B currently selected steer point. Slave it to the steer point. Okay, so mark B is that one. I'm going to change it again to mark A, which is the SA-8 at the nearest side. So I'm just going to loop around again. So now I have him targeted, and I have him as my set point of interest. So I'm ready to use the Mavs. So I'm going to make the HUD sensor of interest, switch into CCIP mode, then use data left until I see Maverick. That selects my Maverick, so I don't have to use the Dismiss page. Going to maintain situational awareness. Press Chine Hat forward long to slave the Mav Seeker to the SPI, and there it goes. We zoom in, we find the contrast. There he is. Good luck, and rifle. Come off the target, chaff on the way out, and some nice terrain here I'm going to use. Ride the horn the whole way. So even if it fires at me, he won't be able to hit it.
Pull up, pull up.
Okay, perfect. So while we're here, let's make the HUD sensor of interest. Let's go to Mark C, which is the second SA-8. Bore sight the targeting pod. You can see that Mark C is my SPI by the wedding cake symbol. So I'm going to send my targeting pod to the SPI with China Hat forward along, and there he is on my targeting pod. And in 1 second it will destroy the first SA-8. Yeah, perfect. So that's now my SPI at the end there. So press China Hat forward long to slave it again. And this is going to be a difficult one, so I think he is just there. There we go. Pull up a little bit so we get some altitude. And rifle on that one. Same thing as usual, chaff on the way out. Keep an eye on smoke in the air on the targeting pod. Except we're too far away from them. Okay,
altitude, altitude, pull up, pull up.
So now we've used the 2 Mavericks that we did have on the aircraft for the highest priority targets, which are the 2 SA-8s, either end of the airfield. So I can witness or observe the time to flight with this number here for the Mavericks. So you should expect it to hit in 3 seconds, so we'll just go ahead and view that. It's usually slightly off because it doesn't take into account the density of the air. So here we go. Perfect, so both air defense targets are destroyed. So you can see that on my Dismiss page, we've got laser rockets left. So what I'm going to do is I need to acquire the targets. So in the case that you are allowed to use labels, you can use that. Otherwise, you can use a mix of the targeting pod and the mark points and acquire them visually. So I know there was one there at Mark B, but I'm going to look for other targets. So I can see that there's one back there, so let's mark that. Okay, perfect. Play around with the boat switch. You can see there's an aircraft on the ramp that I want to destroy, so mark that. That's mark E. Come down here, looks like there's something there. Mark that. That's mark F. So now I'm happy that I've found some targets. So target switch forward long to make it a set point of interest. Change the tracker into point mode and laser mode. We have currently selected the M2A2L, which is the laser rockets, so max performance turn, nose wheel button to start lasing, bring it approximately on target, fire 2, accelerate, chaff and flare on the way out, and observe the targeting pod until the rockets land. There we go, shilka down. Turn off the laser, ball sight the targeting pod. And we're still in mark mode, so I can switch to mark delta, which is down there. You can see it by the wedding cake symbol. Press chine hat forward long to slave it to the mark point. Put it in point track mode and rinse repeat. So laser on the way in. 1, 2. I can hear the RWR warning me the radars are tracking. Okay, she lost track a little bit there. That's the danger with having it in so close, because, oh, there we go, there's traces in the air. If you have it super close, as in zoomed on the targeting pod, it's a possibility that it will lose track as you accidentally obscure the airframe. Sometimes it just happens regardless, so we'll try again. So make sure it's in point mode. The laser comes on. Come back on target, right in the horn, and approximately, there we go. Perfect. Shilka is destroyed. Keep an eye out for tracer fire. I can see there's a target at Mark B, so I'm going to go ahead and cycle round until that goes to Mark B. Speed to steer point is target switch aft long, and you can see the wedding cake symbol has now appeared there. So, ball sight targeting pod, slave it to the speed. You can see the TGP diamond and the field of view box is now on that mark. Zoom out, acquire the target, and as we come round it will allow me to put it in point mode. There it is, point mode. Change it from P to L if it's in P. Sometimes you can accidentally press that. So flashing L, it means we are lasing. 2 rockets away. Chaff and flare just in case. And here we go. Perfect. Shilka is destroyed. And it doesn't appear like there are any more AAA threats. So I can see there's a bunch of targets there. So the helmet is sensor of interest. Press data right long to slave the targeting pod onto the target. And go ahead and just make a mark there, just so we have it for future reference. You don't have to do that. At this range it's very obvious. But we'll just go ahead and do that for good practice. So, on this run, I'm going to attempt to use the laser rockets more than once. So, point mode on the rockets, reduce the throttle, come way back to idle. Flashing L means we can fire. Fire 1 rocket. Line. Wait, fire another rocket. As soon as you hear the splash, you'll see the splash in the targeting pod. You're good to switch the target, so switch to this one. And we'll go guns on the rest. So, align them in the dots.
Pull up, pull up.
See they're starting to move. There we go. And the bomber, I'm going to use a GBU because it's a heavy target. In this case, I want to use CCIP mode because it's a little bit quicker. You can see that once you select the GBU-12, it goes to CCIP mode automatically. So max performance turn all the way around. Gain a little bit of altitude on the way to the target. Okay, CCIP release queue is there, and here we go. When it goes to the target,
Pull up,
release.
pull up.
It's going to be not very accurate, but it's just target opportunity mode. You can see it is pretty inaccurate there. Even though the release queue is over the target, which does happen. But it's no problem, we can use the laser Mavericks, oh sorry, the laser rockets. So back into HUD SOI, CCIP, data left and right to select the laser rockets. And we will go ahead and slew the diamond over the target. So there's the target, point mode. Hopefully when we come around, there we go. Turn the laser on. And we have 4 rockets left, so we'll use all 4. There they go. Tracking onto the target. On the way past, switch to guns master mode. And take out the final fuel truck.
Pull up, pull up.
And job done. So flares on the way out,
altitude.
just in case. And that's target destroyed. So all that was with 2 Mavericks, 2 sets of laser rockets, targeting pod, and A-10CII we didn't use. So you can be able to get a lot done. It's a good idea to take out the highest priority threat first, which is, in this case, the 2 SA-8s, and then the AAA, which is the most dangerous. You should absolutely take care of AAA threats before you
Warning,
start
autopilot.
to do any gun runs, because you will struggle if any AAA is still alive when you're doing it, especially radar guided. So yeah, that's a high efficiency run, so you can see sort of an example. As you get more familiar with the controls, you'll be able to do more as you're maneuvering, and you want to end up with your target area looking like this. So mark points and TGP box enabled in your helmet.
Warning, autopilot.
I have the radar altitude enabled and the cursor enabled as well. So hope that helps.